La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow. La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow. La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow. La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow. La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow. La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow. La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow. La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow. La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow. La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow. La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow. La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow. La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow. La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow. La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow. La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow. La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow. La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow. La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow. La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow. La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow. La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow. La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow. La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow. La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow. La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow. La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow. La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow. La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow. La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow. La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow. La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow. La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow. La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow. La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow. La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow. La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow. La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow. La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow. La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow. La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow. La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow. La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow. La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow. La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow. La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow. La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow. La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow. La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow. La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow. La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow. La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow. La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow. La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow. La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow. La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow. La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow. La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow. La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow. La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! La la la. That's what I'm talking about. Wow!